14th of August 2023. In this news flash, I'm going to talk about this clip I saw on Twitter where Skidmarks is talking about the need for private sector investment in infrastructure. Listen to this. The state needs 1.6 trillion rand more in infrastructure funding, says Skidmarks, which will have to come from the private sector. Poor project management is holding back the infrastructure project rollouts. Now, my question is, just tell us about where is all that money gone that you got for the pestilence? What happened to all that money? Tell me what happened to all the money that Biden gave you and what the European Union gave you. Tell us where that money is. Tell us where all that money is that has been stolen from the pension funds. Tell us where that is. And then tell us why you say this. Poor project management is holding back the infrastructure project rollout. Poor project preparation is undermining the government's effort to use infrastructure development to grow the struggling economy, which needs an additional 1.6 trillion rand in public sector infrastructure investments by 2030, says Public Works and Infrastructure Minister Skidmarks. This comes as the country continues to be hit by socio-economic crisis, including persistent load shedding, slow economic growth, high joblessness, and rising cost of living, systemic corruption, violent crime, stubborn inequality, and deepening poverty. Now, who the fuck is responsible for this? Who? Let me remind you, the same crowd that thought it was a good plan to destroy the industrial base of South Africa and use their weapon, BEE. So they drive all the white people out of the industrial sector, and the industrial sector collapse and millions of people lose their jobs. But they can't connect the dots. It's difficult for them to connect the dots. What is this Skidmarks' qualifications? And I'm not talking about the diplomas that he bought by getadiplomaonline.com. Press here for a PDF, press here for a print. I'm not talking about that qualifications. I'm talking about actual qualifications, where he goes to a university, studies for 3 or 4 years, gets his degree, then do his postgraduate degree, and then applies for an administrative job. No, that fucking shit doesn't fly. That's white shit. White people like fun education. White people think education is a good thing. Blacks have got natural intelligence and superior logic. I hear that every day. Now, where was that logic when they destroyed the industrial base, destroyed millions of jobs, and thought it was a good plan? Where was that logic? But let's get further. Listen to this one. And this was posted by Vusi Sambo. He doesn't pull punches. Sidebar. I drove past one of the ANC's best preserved corruption monument this afternoon. The doomed Kushili power station with only 1 unit running. A statistical grim reminder of how good or bad the cadres are. Initial budget 81 billion rand. Revised completion budget October 22 161.4 billion rand. That's 101% budget overrun. Initial completion date, project timeline 2008 to 2014. Revised completed date 2025, 11 years project delay. what we were promised by the cadres, 4,800 megawatt from 6 units, what we are getting, albeit erratically, 800 megawatt. The cadres have dubbed the mess state capture, after investigating themselves and successfully finding no direct link that warrants for a mass arrest and detention of cadres. Well, the reality is that power stations, the plans were completely drawn up, ready to go, all prepared by Eskom engineers. And then the cadre engineers came in. They said, but that's not a lekker plan. There's not enough to eat in that plan. So let's do a deal with Hitachi and we change things here. And Chancellor House got a lot of money out of the deal and all of that cock. And they put in vertical boilers. The Eskom engineers told them that vertical boilers are not going to work with the coal quality we have in South Africa. It's not going to work. No! Superior logics, natural intelligence tells us it will work. We'll do it. We're going to do these upright boilers. This flat-lying boilers doesn't look so lekker. We're going to go for the upright boilers because there's more room to eat in the upside boilers. And then, total fuck up. Now they've got to refurbish those things even before they started, because during the initial trial runs, the boilers failed. And who pays for this? The taxpayers. And the cadres that were creaming it, where are they? Sitting in the laps of luxury, not a fucking single fuck to give. They're happy, pockets are well lined, but the population suffers. And now Zikalala comes with this brilliant plan. The private sector must invest in state infrastructure. Are they fucking crazy? They're not now dealing with IQ 70 people. They're dealing now with businessmen that understands if you want to survive, you need to make a profit. For a project to be profitable, the project must be managed properly. Cost must be contained and constrained as much as possible. But the superior intellect and the superior logic doesn't understand that simple principle. So they invested heavily in getting cadres very rich and fucking the rest of the population. But the voting cattle, they will go and vote for them again because they like to suffer. They tell us they want to suffer. I mean, I just had an interesting discussion with a guy and he suggests I should fire my domestic worker because she is working in an environment that is hostile. I said, oh, okay, I'll discuss it with her and I will let you know what she says. That is the way they think, and you cannot change that. They are now working on old communist plans of state farms and state banks and all state shit. While everything that was state in South Africa was fucked up by them, they got a country that was fully functional and fully operational, and unemployment rate was here and there's something like 5%. Today we're sitting with 43%. And you must understand, they're hiding a lot of unemployed people in the student funding scheme. Don't forget that, because 80% of those students that are being funded will never get a degree. It's a long holiday. But that's how they hide the unemployment figures. Because bring those students back into the unemployment queues and you'll see where those numbers go. But that is how they work. And I'm going to end this now with this meme. Take a good look at it, read it, and then if you don't agree with me, put it in the comments below. That is your privilege. You comment if you disagree. Please give me a like and a subscribe and share the thing. Thank you for your support.